Well, my Piko 103 is here, and so is the remaining consists of the Piko Expert IC train, as you can see in the background. I had the opportunity to review the restaurant car a few weeks ago, so let's take a look. Inside the box you have a pouch with manuals and a small sachet with additional small parts. This is the model of the earlier version of 103 with the old style diamond shaped pantograph and the front bottom skirt here, which was removed at a later stage. My first impression of the model is very good. Both the pantographs and all the electrical components on the top of the roof are extremely well executed. Overall excellent paint quality, classic, pretty much industry standard. Nowadays all the markings and the fine prints are very well executed. You can clearly read them under a magnifying glass. If you prefer the early version like I do with the bottom skirt here, you have to be aware of the fact that the skirt is a part of the coupling mechanism and is swinging to the side with the rest of the coupling mechanism to accommodate the curves. Now, I ran some experiments on my layout. I have a large radius curves on my main line around 1000 to 1200 millimeters, and you can't see the skirt moving until about 630 millimeters, when I noticed that the skirt is moving outside of the body panels here on this side about a much. Fleischmann couplers on 1200 millimeters radius. On 600 millimeters radius, and you can see the skirt coming slowly right to the edge, or maybe even slightly out of the body panel. Another thing are the windshield wipers. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but the windshield wipers are not add-ons. They are part of the windshield. They are injection molded as a one piece here and then printed over. The overall impression, optical illusion is actually quite good, but once you notice, yeah, it's not probably the best execution. The suspension, the brake system and the side frames are very nicely done with a lot of 3D-like effect and quite a few details attached to the side frames. A couple of things you have to watch for are the sanding boxes here. They are attached with the two tiny pins to the frames, and I already lost two of them. I had to look for them around the layout. I suggest you glue them at some point. Now the details on the side frames are actually executed in impressive 3 layers. So first of all, you see the braking system here. These are the brake pads, which are set very close to the wheels and following the contour. The engine is laying now on the side, so of course the wheels are dropping, but and they are lined up with the surface of the wheels. Then you have the suspension elements, and then on top, on a most outside, are the brake cylinders and the mechanism to activate the brakes. Now going back for a moment to the skirt and the coupling mechanism, you can see the coupler is pretty much an integral part of the skirt and the closed coupling mechanism. In a sachet with the small parts, if you decide not to run the coupler on one side, you have optional part like this one, which is the blank skirt, and you can replace it. and the skirt is attached to the coupling mechanism here. So first the coupler is going all the way through. You have to remove the coupler, and then you have a couple of pins here which are holding the skirt. This is 4 axles drive model. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 axles are free rolling. The electrical pickup is also from the 1st, 3rd, 4th and 6th axle. And 2 traction tires, one here and one here. Alright, so let's take a look inside. One of the things that I like about the Piko models is how easy they are to work on and how easy they are to take apart for decoder installation. All you need to do is just grab the bottom of the shelf somewhere here in the middle, lift the model slightly above the work surface, and don't go too high, because as soon as you spread the sides, the entire drive will just pretty much drop. And there you go. And they are equally easy to assemble as well. All you need to do is just put the shell on and there you go. So industry standard one-piece metal frame, LED lights on both ends. The speaker baffle is coming included with the model. 21 pin decoder interface. I have the ESU V4 installed here, and this is very nice feature from and gift from the Piko engineers. There's a space left for either capacitor if you wish to install one, or for additional components, for example servos if you want to install the servos for the pantographs. Of course, the capacitor is completely optional. The model will perform just fine without it, and it's not included with the model, and it's not included with the lock-on decoder either. If you are interested in installing one, it will just simply help you out to smooth out the operation on sections of dirty tracks or maybe very short power interruptions. And just in case if you never had a chance to install the speaker in one of the Piko models, there's one screw here on the board. Here's another one. This is the screw holding speaker chamber. The speaker is sitting right here. There is a little pin here at the bottom of the chamber that is pressing the speaker down to the frame. And the best way to do it is just lift the circuit board, and you can see there's nice spot dedicated for 23mm speaker. So once you have the circuit board screws off, you can also leave the entire circuit board and gain access to the motor and shafts. These 2 wires are providing power supply for the motor, and there's an access wire here and kind of larger opening drilled in the circuit board, so you can gently kind of lift up and use the access wire to open the model without disconnecting wires. You can see the 5-pole motor, 2 flywheels and shafts on both ends. Here's the cover with a small notch that goes right here, and 2 openings for a wire, for speaker wires. Shell on. Voila, done. Well, let's go for a test ride. And with the installed ESU V4 decoder, there is some, I believe, 26 functions available in 3 pages. So this is the first page, which are all the basics, the pantograph, the whistles and conductor signals and so on. and you can see the full list of functions if you go to ESU website. One of the advantages of using 21-pin decoder over the standard 8-pin is of course the ability of having greater control over different functions, included the headlamp. So in this case I can activate F1, which are the directionally dependent lights, and I can control the lights being at the front or the back by changing the direction of the model. And notice that the red lights are not coming up at all. The red lights are activated from function 8 in this case. Alright, my personal perspective. I think it's a very good model. Between the price point, the general appearance and the performance is a very good model. The only one negative comment I have is around the windshield wipers here, which I wish were maybe photo etched and added separately rather than being injection molded. Other than that, all the elements on the top of the roof, the electrical elements, are absolutely fantastic, very nice and very light, very 3D, and they seems to be to scale. The paint quality, overall appearance of all the sides and the front is very good as well. The suspension, brake system and the wheels are executed very, very nice. I'm actually quite pleased with the entire set. I made my decision to purchase the entire set based on the restaurant car, which I reviewed a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not disappointed. So happy model railroading and happy 2018.